Welcome back to Great Guitarist of the Rock Era. Today we're diving into the incredible career of one of rock's most underrated yet influential guitarists, Neil Spider Giraldo. You may know him as the powerhouse behind Pat Benatar's biggest hits, but there's so much more to his story. From his early influences to his groundbreaking work in rock music, we're covering it all. Stick around as we break down his legendary discography and key tracks that cemented his place in rock history. But before we get started, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more stories. Neil Thomas Giraldo was born on December 29th, 1955, in Cleveland, Ohio. And from an early age, he was drawn to music. Growing up in a household filled with Italian opera and American rock and roll, Neil developed a deep love for melody and rhythm. At the age of 6, Giraldo received his first guitar as a gift from his parents. Giraldo states that his first live performances were playing Italian songs after church for family and friends. He learned piano at age 11 and then later drums. He started playing in local bands at the age of 14, venturing into nightclubs with his uncle Timmy, who sang while Giraldo played the guitar. Giraldo cites Pete Townsend, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, and Johnny Winter as his earliest influences. But he wasn't just about guitar, he also had a passion for arrangement and production, something that would define his career later on. By the mid-70s, Giraldo was playing in Rick Derringer's band, playing on the Guitars and Women album, where he honed his chops and gained crucial industry experience. But in 1979, fate intervened when producer Mike Chapman introduced him to a young, powerhouse vocalist named Pat Benatar, and rock history was about to be made. Giraldo wasn't just Pat Benatar's guitarist, he became her songwriting partner, arranger, and producer, as well as her husband. On In the Heat of the Night in 1979, his guitar work stood out immediately, from the serene solo in Heartbreaker to the melodic hooks of We Live for Love. Giraldo brought a heavier edge to Benatar's music that helped define the emerging sound of female-fronted rock. Crimes of Passion in 1980 was the album that made them superstars. Neil's guitar tone and iconic solo on Hit Me With Your Best Shot helped turn it into one of the most recognizable anthems of all time. They also showcased his ability to craft emotionally deep songs like Hell Is for Children, where his haunting riffs amplify the song's powerful message. Neil's playing took on an even more aggressive and intricate style on Precious Time in 1981. Promises in the Dark and Fire and Ice showcase his ability to blend hard rock intensity with intricate melodic phrasing. This album cemented Benatar and Giraldo as one of the biggest acts of the early 80s. Get Nervous in 1982 included the songs Shadows of the Night and Little Too Late, and continued their run at the top of the charts. The 1983 live album Live from Earth included the studio track Love is a Battlefield, which took Giraldo's arrangement skills to the next level, incorporating synth-driven elements while maintaining his signature rock guitar punch. Tropico in 1984 included the hit We Belong and the track Painted Desert. This album saw Giraldo exploring a more atmospheric and textured guitar sound, moving slightly away from hard rock but still delivering memorable and powerful melodies. In 1985, they released Seven the Hard Way, which included one of the most anthemic tracks of the 80s, Invincible, which showcased Giraldo's ability to craft stadium-sized riffs with an undeniable sense of urgency and power. In 1988, they released Wide Awake in Dreamland, which included the tracks All Fired Up and One Love. True Love was released in 1991 and included the title track, And I Feel Lucky. As the 90s rolled on, Benatar and Giraldo slowed down their album output and continued to tour extensively. Gravity's Rainbow was released in 1993 and included Everybody Lay Down and Somebody's Baby. Inamorata would be released in 1997 and included Only You and River of Love. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Giraldo also worked behind the scenes as a producer and songwriter, lending his skills to artists like Rick Springfield, co-producing and playing on Jesse's Girl, producing John Waite's Ignition album, and arranging and playing guitar on Kenny Loggins' Steve Perry song, Don't Fight It, as well as many others. He also started to experiment with scoring for films, adding another layer to his already impressive resume. Giraldo scored the 2001 film Nailed. In 2003, Benatar and Giraldo released Go with the title track And Brave. And in 2004, he scored the film Smile. In 2017, Neil took his career in a new direction with the launch of his 3-chord bourbon brand, showing that his creativity wasn't limited to music. Neil Giraldo's impact on rock music goes beyond his guitar chops. He's a true visionary in arrangement, production, and songwriting. His ability to blend powerful riffs with melodic sensibility helped shape the sound of rock in the 1980s. In 2022, he and Pat Benatar were finally inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the recognition that was long overdue. So what's your favorite Neil Giraldo guitar moment? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Great Guitarist of the Rock Era. Rock on, and I'll see you in the next one.